Just imagine you're walking down the road and someone next to you drops to the ground and starts violently shaking. What do you do? Panic? You're confused? This might feel like a movie scene, but it's not. It's the reality of a lot of people who live with epilepsy every single day. Epilepsy affects over 50 million people globally, with 80% of them living in low and middle income countries like Nigeria. Yet, it is one of the most misunderstood conditions. We're going to talk to someone whose journey with epilepsy changed their entire life.
When I finally regained consciousness, I noticed people were just standing, looking at me. I was so sad. I went home and I decided to take my own life.
Welcome, Sarat, and I'm so glad you're sharing your story with us. What was your experience like with epilepsy?
I was 16 years in high school when I had this sudden hit on my forehead and I fell.
At what point did you see a doctor to get a diagnosis?
I was having reoccurring seizure. I did MRI then, I did EEG, then I was diagnosed with seizure.
Yes, but could you take us back to how you felt?
I didn't know what was going on. I just thought it was a normal headache. Neurology, when he was talking to my mom, he told my mom, I don't think your daughter knows what is going on. I started taking control release drug.
Yeah.
And I was still having constant seizure. I would have seizure 4, 5, 7 times in a day. And I was isolated. I started saying indoor. Epilepsy in Yoruba means warapa. So when you have warapa, people don't move to you because they think it is spiritual and it is contagious.
Epilepsy is not a spiritual attack. It's a condition where the neurons of the brain fire abnormally, leading to the symptoms you know as seizures. And 3 out of 4 people in low and middle income countries such as ours don't get treatment for this, not because the treatments don't exist, but it's either because they can't access it, they don't know it's available, or they simply just can't afford it. How did you handle the stigma?
So my first experience with depression was in 2014. And that led me into committing or trying to take my own life. So I was in coma for 2 months.
After the coma, did anything change?
I accept the condition. I said to myself, there's nothing you could do. You just have to keep taking your drug, go out more, mix with people. The thought just came to my mind, okay, why not have a draft on your phone? Emergency contact. I usually know when I'm about to have seizure. So I prepare myself. I remove my wristwatch. I remove my jab. I remove my shoe. I show the person next to me the notes on my phone, what to do when I'm having an episode. There was a time I met a LASMA lady. So I gave her the notes. She read it, and to my surprise, she gave me back my phone and left. At that moment, I had to sit somewhere with my baby. I was hoping someone would help.
I'm so sorry, Sarat.
Then I gave the phone to one admirer. And that was the best thing that I did that day. Immediately, he took my daughter and took me to a park. I woke up in my brother's car.
In many parts of Nigeria, and even outside Nigeria, a lot of people who live with epilepsy are not just battling with the condition. They are battling with the fear and the ignorance of other people. And unfortunately, this could lead to isolation and exploitation. What other ways are you managing your condition yourself?
I joined this Epilepsy Nigeria. I volunteer and I listen to people with this condition. I share on my social media platform. I talk about my condition.
So let's jump straight into the DW Africa Facebook community. The Santori is from Lagos, Nigeria, and it says, some say it's somehow connected to spirituality. Is this true? Well, Santori, the short answer is no. There are a lot of reasons why a person might develop epilepsy. Some of them could be things like brain tumors, could be brain infections, could be traumatic brain injury, genetic abnormalities. Others are what doctors call idiopathic. In other words, we cannot definitely say this is what the cause is. I have some good news. Epilepsy is not a death sentence. With early diagnosis and right treatment, about 70% of people can live a seizure-free life with their anti-seizure medications. And you don't need sophisticated equipment for this, as most of it can be treated at the primary healthcare center levels. Surgery might be reserved for people who respond poorly to oral medication. What are some of the triggers that you've identified for yourself?
My first trigger would be stress, then lightning.
Lighting.
Yes. A loud, sudden sound. Yes.
I personally, I am inspired by your story. You know, your story has taken me through so many waves of emotions. Thank you for sharing your story with us. But before we go, is there any message you want our viewers to know?
I want everybody to know that epilepsy is not spiritual. It is not contagious. Don't label us. Thank you.